I've been watching a lot of New Girl.
Okay.
I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I've been thinking about it. It's comfort food.
Okay, yeah.
It's a dumb show.
Yep.
That is just such an easy thing to watch.
I don't think it's that dumb of a show, though. I think it's actually pretty smart.
Conceptually, it's smart. What they do with their characters is interesting, but the choices that they make sometimes are very boneheaded.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, just going. I've burned through the first 3 seasons so far, and some of the
first time or
no. I watched it on TV when it first came out. Mm-hmm. So that was like 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
When it first came out, I didn't finish it when it was on TV. So I stopped around where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Around like midway through the show. And just, some of the choices, just spoiler alert if you haven't watched New Girl. I mean, they just like characters will just leave for no reason.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Famously.
Characters will just be like almost every breakup has just been for no reason.
Yeah.
They just break up. They just break up
for drama.
But it's like it's poorly written. It doesn't you can't make me invest in these characters and then because you guys want to go in a different direction with the show, you just go, we're done with that.
It's strange because I mean, just so people know, I didn't finish the series either. Mm-hmm. I got a little bit further than halfway through.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, but also I think it's also really well written.
See, I don't think it's that well written, to be honest with you.
I only mean that not maybe I'm getting into semantics here, but not literally, but like the characters are
yes.
Well crafted, I guess.
Yes, they are very fully fleshed out characters. There's a lot of nuance to them. There's a lot of levels to what each character, like what they're going through and how they experience things and how they deal with things. Like they're very fleshed out characters, which only serves to illustrate how poorly the plot is written when you have such really well written characters. They're so well written that when they make decisions, you go, he wouldn't have done that. Mm-hmm. He just wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but I think it's a testament to like the casting of it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
All of them are perfect for what they're doing in that show.
Oh, they're perfectly cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're perfectly
Everyone's
cast.
so endearing.
Yeah.
And they all like play perfectly against or with each other. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. So I'm going to murder her. Did she think she was going into like another universe when she stepped into the other room?
I have no idea.
Did she think that like the doorway of your room is like another dimension?
That's the dog screaming in the other room.
So yeah, I mean, I've been watching it as comfort food because I've just been really, really amped up. Really anxious these past couple of weeks, just with everything that's been going on with my jobs.
Right.
So,
jobs.
So I've just been wanting to kind of not confront it, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've just been watching some
getting absorbed in a fake world where everybody's pretty.
Yeah. And some of them, it's funny because some of them are, the show is, was like, almost 10 years ago, right? So they're all like 30 or 31.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the existential trauma.
Yeah. You relate to it?
Oh, big time. Anybody at like, because when the show first came out, I was 22, 23.
Yeah.
So it was a fun show, but like some of the stuff that they were going through, I was like, that's
later.
And now I'm in the thick of it, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. I so fucking understand it now. I get it.
Yeah.
So it's very relatable on that level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It's good.
I can talk at length about it.
I'm glad you're coping. I don't think we should talk about a 10-year-old show on this podcast, especially to open it.
Well, so here's the thing. Not coping, but let's get into the show.
Okay.
We won't have to talk about New Girl anymore. Sure. What's funny,
other coping mechanisms.
I was on Snapchat, and you know how Snapchat has like those little shows now down at the bottom, where those little swipe through show things that you can watch.
I'm not on Snapchat anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I was going through the catalog in my brain of social media. I'm like, Snapchat. No, it's not there anymore.
Don't even know what it looks like.
No.
Well, when you go on your homepage, there's a thing down at the bottom, or not your homepage, but like when you go look at your friends' stories, underneath that is these clip shows, and like guy gets.
It's like TikTok, sort of.
I don't know. I don't have TikTok, so I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
I only see what people post from TikTok.
Uh-huh.
I think I might just get one.
I mean,
not me. I definitely want to get one for the show.
The show, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just get one so I can lurk. Let's get into this beer.
Okay.
I feel like I've wasted a lot of time telling people about a decades-old show, one that people have already seen. I had to Google something at the end of the show so that I could stop feeling anxiety about it.
Okay. Something about the end of New Girl?
Yeah. I Googled the series finale.
Oh, you were doing cheat codes.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't handle it.
Oh, God.
I couldn't handle it. I needed to know. You want me to tell you?
No, you belong in jail. I don't like that at all.
No, hey, listen. I didn't like it about myself either. I didn't like it.
Oh.
But it's not like a piece of media that I really care about. You know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't Google the end of a movie that I've been wanting to watch for years.
It wasn't if Nick and Jess are together in the end, is it? Come on. That's like the one tether throughout the entire thing.
But it's not a good tether. It's not written. Okay, so their first breakup, we're doing this now. You asked for this. Their first breakup, they have a fight and then they break up because they don't have anything in common.
Mm-hmm.
What? How long have they lived together? They know each other. They would know before they got together that they didn't have anything in common.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous thing to break up over.
It's so clearly just to keep them in that will they, won't they space forever and ever.
Which I don't like, because when I Googled it, I found out that it was an intentional move by the writers.
Of course it was.
Because they wrote themselves into a hole because they paired them up too soon.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm fine with you breaking them up and putting them back into this will they, won't they, which was the tether for the first 3 seasons. You could tell that there was a lot of electricity between them. It's going to happen eventually. It's a Jim and Pam thing.
Sure.
And same thing that happens with Jim and Pam. They get together. That whole plot point kind of goes downhill because it's like, who cares at that point?
It's over.
I would argue that they are interesting enough together that you could have just left them together and then focused on the other characters.
That's true.
I feel like Winston isn't as fleshed out as the rest of them yet. I know that I've heard that it gets better for him, but I feel like he is the weakest link.
Yeah.
I feel like there's enough characters that their story of trying to make it work now is as compelling. Because like with Jim and Pam, for instance, it's almost the whole series.
Yeah.
And then when they finally get together, they get married really quickly, right? They get they get together.
Yeah.
There's no like issues. I mean, I know that they fight, I guess, but there's no real static there.
Right.
But with Nick and Jess, there's real static there.
Yeah.
And the reason that they break up is a good thing to have kept them together and watched them work out those very, very large differences between their personalities.
Yeah, I think, and I mean, as you watch the show, you see that they use them separately, not only to have that will they, won't they dynamic, which is, dynamite basically every time you put it into a sitcom like that, time-tested technique here, but it also gives them a lot more leeway to introduce these like one-off or like 3-episode story arc characters that are just people they're hooking up with, basically.
Right, and that's what they did with the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So everything that they're going to do after this, which I know that they're going to do, is like, well, but we already did this. So what it does is it paints them into another corner of like, okay, how are you going to be original with all these one-offs? You already did this. Mm-hmm. And then they got over that. They got together because they found out that, they realized that they were in love or whatever. Then you break them up, and then you make them hook up with all these other characters, and then you keep that sexual tension between them still. And it's like, yeah, but you already did this. You don't get to do it again now because you felt like, what do we do now? It's like, think more.
Think more.
Think more.
Yes. Think more.
Come up with better shit. Uh-huh. Come up with better plots.
Okay.
Anyway.
I guess. Not going to fight with you on this.
Yeah. You better not.
I'm so thirsty.
All right, let's get into the beer. I feel like I've wasted a lot of time on that. Well, no time is wasted when you're having fun. Am I right?
It's always a good time.
It's always a good time. All right, let's crack open these brewskis. Okay. Obi, tell the people what we're drinking tonight.
We've got the Walking on Air by Civil Society Brewing. It's a New England IPA brewed with a good helping of wheat and oats to lend a rich, creamy mouthfeel. Hopped with Mosaic Cryo. Excuse me. Hopped with Mosaic Cryo, Mosaic T90, Motueka, Simcoe, and Citra Cryo.
All right. Not Crippa Cryo?
Not Crippa Cryo. We're sitting at a 6.4% ABV.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marco Dupa. With me, as always, the great and powerful Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
What's up, brewskis?
And this is episode 302.
302.
Of the One Beer In podcast. Oh, I spilled everywhere.
Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 to 5 a.m. takes me to a place where I fit in.
I said, forget about it, cuz.
Is that Fast and Furious?
That's Paul Walker.
Yeah.
I said, forget about it, cuz.
Mm-hmm.
I remember even when I was a kid, I was like, whoa, that was weird.
What?
Why did he do that?
What?
Where did that come? Was that like a bet? Did someone say, I bet you won't say it. I bet you won't throw it in there.
They threw it in the script just going,
ooh, let's see.
We'll see.
Let's see how he handles this one.
We'll see.
We are throwing something at, he's one of the actors of our generation. Talent beyond reproach.
Don't talk bad of Mr. Paul Walker.
Yeah. I won't shit on Paul Walker.
Thank you.
But we all know. We all know what's up.
We all know.
We all know.
Cuz.
We all know, cuz. So I've been trying to, this is kind of random, but I was listening to it on the way here. I've been trying to kind of evolve my feelings on Tupac.
Okay.
Because I listened to the New Jack City rewatchables. Have you listened to it yet?
Yeah. Yep.
And they were talking about they had Mario Van Peebles had Alan Payne's character, second in command to Nino, G Baby, I think, G Boy, G something. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be Pac.
Yeah.
But
he was too young, right?
Yeah, he was too young. At the time, I think he was 19. So it wouldn't have made a lot of sense. And it had me thinking, like, he has a very short list of movies. I think that, no disrespect to his rapping career, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we definitely lost a better actor than rapper.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is, like,
that's a hot take.
I know. People are not going to be happy, and I understand that. What I'm saying is, Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me coming out 95, 96-ish. I mean, that was a 2-punch combo. Knockout, that's a 1-2, bing, bing, fight's over.
Yep.
But I think that was Pac at the pinnacle of his skills. I think that those 2 albums are the best he was going to get. And they're classic albums. I'm not shitting on those albums themselves. Yeah. I'm just saying I feel like that was the limit. That was him at the height of his powers. Mm-hmm. And I feel like acting-wise, we didn't get to see him at the height of his powers. I think that there was I will go to my grave saying that he was going to win an Oscar. I think he was that good.
Okay.
When I watch some of his stuff, when I watch the what he internalizes, the what's like beneath him, what's right beneath the surface with his performances, I'm just like, man, what a fucking talent we lost.
It was right
there. What a fucking talent.
Why don't you think he would have surpassed that musically?
Because if you listen to, and this is what I was going back and listening, I was listening to his older albums, everything that he officially released, none of the in the crates, or not in the crates, in the vault type stuff where they found shit that he had been working on, and he made 300 songs a day, and you know, it's fucking 2005 and they're coming out with new songs. None of that shit. All of his official releases. And
Biggie duets.
Yeah, oh god. Biggie duets.
Dude. There'll be nights I'm about to fall asleep and I just hear Biggie duets.
Dude, that duets album. Fucking
I bought it first day.
Puffy, man. He's such a fucking. And the other thing that made me think about this, is funny you bring up Biggie, is because of the documentary that's on Netflix right now. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you know, a retread of all the shit that if you're a Biggie fan, you already know all of this stuff.
I didn't bother watching it because I'm like, I
mean, it's getting...
I got it.
Yeah, we all got it.
Yeah.
If you're a rap fan, if you're a Biggie fan, it's like, well, how much more information are you going to glean from this?
Yeah.
You know, it's nice, but it's nice to see, but it's like, look... It's over, man.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna come out with a soundtrack to the documentary, and it's just gonna be another greatest hits album.
Of course, yeah.
Fucking sick of it.
Give it a little bit of time, at least.
Dude, do you know they came out with a soundtrack to the Notorious movie?
Yeah.
And all it was just his songs again.
It's stupid.
I mean, it just really. I mean, when people are like, yeah, I mean, fucking Puffy, all he does is just dig up Biggie's grave. Mm-hmm. When they say shit like that, it's like, it's kind of hard to argue, man. When you see the shit that he does with his likeness and like this kind of stuff, is like, I mean, come on, man, it's over. Okay, it's over. We got 2 albums out of him. Okay, it's over.
As long as, I guess, some of that money is going to his family.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
whatever. But still, it's kind of a little shameful at times.
Yeah,
you're like, okay,
that's a nice word for it.
Okay, we got it.
So anyway, I was going back and listening to Pac's older stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm just going through the trajectory of his career. I'm at Strictly For My Niggas right now, and it's like you can see that the talent was the rap skills were always there, but there's no real there's not a huge leap forward lyrically. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of who he is.
Yep.
I think he flows better on his later releases. I think he picks better beats 1,000%. When he gets on Death Row, he gets, you know, Dre beats and all, you know, Mailman and all these other guys, like these legendary dudes. So it's like he's going to get way crazier beats, and he does. And he can, I think Pac can pretty much rap on any beat, so that helps.
And hip-hop itself kind of advances and becomes something more modern.
1,000%.
So,
but I just don't think, I don't think Pac... I just didn't see an upswing in his ability from his first couple of releases to Machiavelli. Like, it just didn't. I just don't see him doing much better than that. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm talking about classic albums here, so I'm not saying like he was putting out dog shit and he was never gonna get better than that.
Right.
I think he was up at the top of the mountain with these releases, but I just don't think he was gonna do much better than that.
Okay.
Like, think about. If LL Cool J, excuse me, if LL Cool J died around Mama Said Knock You Out, I think that's a guy who sounds like he is going to get 1,000 times better. Mm-hmm. When you listen to Radio to Mama Said Knock You Out, you're like, this is a different fucking guy. This dude is about to take over the world.
Yeah.
You know, and it even Biggie, I mean, if you listen to Ready to Die to Life After Death, you're like, holy fuck. What is he gonna do? How is he gonna top this? It's just so good.
Yeah.
And I know I probably sound like a Pac hater, but I just didn't see that after listening to, you know, as I'm going through his career. I just don't see the, wow, what's he going to do next? I feel like that was it. I couldn't see him getting any higher than that.
Okay.
How you can take that other than a compliment, I don't know. But people will.
Yeah.
People will.
Yeah. That's why I'm keeping my distance from you this very moment.
Yeah, it's a hot take.
Eesh.
You don't want to touch this if you're not ready for the fire. I'm ready. I'm ready for the smoke.
Oh, no. People know I've famously said Biggie was better than Pac.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how you don't agree.
I mean, just from pure rap skills, I don't even think it's a competition.
As far as a rapper?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it's a competition. I don't ever since I really did the deep dive on their albums the first time, I just come away from it going like, it's not 1 and 1. You know, they're not the two. It's clearly it's not 1A 1B. It's clearly 1 and 2.
I think so, and I think I didn't always have that opinion. I grew up always being told that Tupac was superior. Yeah. And that he always, you know, rapped about more conscious things and was deeper. Mm-hmm. And Biggie was just this kind of like, you know, rappity rap guy who sold a bunch of records, and that's why people like him. The same excuse people give people who say like Jay-Z's the best rapper alive that disagree because he sold a ton. Yeah, because he was popular. That means he couldn't be. He's also the best rapper. Yeah. So I don't know. I had to get over it, but you know, once I got sober from being a rap elitist, I said, "No, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear." I always, when I was younger, I would always think like people would say that, and you just, like you said, you just kind of go along with it. Especially when you're younger and you're just kind of getting your footing. Well, and there was such a like legend behind Tupac. Yeah. As this like modern day poet, a prophet in a way, and I never really got that from Biggie. Biggie just seemed like a gangster rapper, who told stories well. Yeah, that's all he was ever expressed as to me. Pac had this myth behind him. Yeah, this there was a story beneath the story of like. His story's almost kind of creepy. Yeah, the entire thing of, he's actually not dead, or he's going to come back someday. Yeah. It's like Jesus mythos, and like trying to decode the hidden stories behind Illuminati, and all this stuff. Suge Shot Me, and all that, you know, like digging deep into the mythos of Tupac and his death. Suge Shot Me. Suge Shot Me. I fucking love that. I remember. When I found out about that, I had it on CD and I kept rewinding and listening to it. And then I went to my brother, who's older than me substantially, and I said, "Do you know about this?" Yeah. And he goes, "That was around when I was around too, you know." Yeah. I was like your age when they found out about this stuff. So yeah, I know about it. I love it. Like, people know about this and just casually go on with their day. When Tupac said Suge shot me on a record. Suge shot me. Crazy. It's so stupid. Mm-hmm. I remember we used to... And that's why I believe in Q. Thank you. We used to go on LimeWire and just download all of that shit. Mm-hmm. You know, them breaking down the WAV files, the videos that purported to, you know, either prove that he died or prove that he didn't die, fake autopsy photos and stuff, all kinds of crazy shit, man. Yep. Yeah. So there was that myth behind him that really kind of heightened his character. And then when you actually sit down and listen to his records, you're like, man, he's for sure really, really good. But I mean,
I mean, I'm not. My head's not exploding from this stuff. It's not. It's not the craziest fucking. Not the greatest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I think he had a few really, really well told stories. Really, really good. I guess poetic and heartfelt songs, but I think his biggest strength was always his delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So in that way, I can kind of vibe with what you're saying about him having this amazing acting career to come, because it was more his voice and his performance that made, for me, him such a charismatic and powerful artist.
Mm-hmm.
So if we got that in more cinema, I could see that working out.
No, I think he was on the I think he was on the cusp, and not only because of what he had done, but potentially what he could have done. You talk about he could have had New Jack City.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been Baby Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. There's other roles that they were looking at him for.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been like star
Too Fast,
making.
Too Furious.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the. Wait, no, he wasn't. I'm like, wait,
he just takes all of Tyrese's roles.
Dude, can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine?
Yeah.
Pac in the. What a waste of a career.
Yeah.
I wonder how Tyrese feels about that. Because once he got that, he was like, "Oh, I'll never have to work a day in my life now. I'm just gonna do this.
I'm good with this forever."
That's why he's so obsessed with like, dude, we gotta schedule.
I don't know if you've seen this, guys, but we haven't, started filming in a couple of months.
We got a couple of fast movies to make. You know what I'm saying?
Don't make me cry.
Again,
I will.
You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
He wants his own spinoff.
Oh, for sure.
He's vying for him and Ludacris's spinoff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
No. Somebody posted some poll where they were like, "Who's the best rapper actor?" And Ludacris was on the list, and I was just like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Ludacris? That idea is ludicrous."
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Thank you. Incredible joke. Stick around for more.
He's a terrible actor.
He's awful.
He's terrible.
Who would be atop that list?
Best rapper actors?
Ice-T, Ice Cube.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they're serviceable.
Yeah.
I never thought they were ever good.
Great. Yeah, of course not. But
they are convincing enough.
Sure.
That if they were,
they have a screen presence at least.
Yeah. So if you didn't know that they were rappers and you just were like, oh, these guys are really convincing, is like street toughs.
Yeah.
I would believe it. Queen Latifah's got to be up there.
Sure.
She's just like extraordinary.
Yeah.
I'm biased, but I think Mos Def is probably top 3. I mean, because he focused on doing like, I mean, he did really weird roles. He did really niche roles. Like, no, he could have done these like big budget movies, but instead he does like some HBO movie with Alan Rickman and that Be Kind Rewind with Jack Black. Just like weirder movies.
Yeah, I guess that's the only reason why he doesn't immediately come to mind is because I haven't seen him in enough.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see him in more, because I agree from what I have seen, he seems like a natural actor.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But yeah, I'll give you that.
Pac, obviously, I think has to be on that list.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people said, a lot of people put Method Man.
He's acted a lot.
He's good in The Wire, and apparently he's good in that Power spinoff.
Okay.
I never watched Power, so I guess 50 Cent. He's not a very good actor.
No.
Yeah, now I'm just trying to think of like how many rappers have actually like tried their hand at acting.
We're so stupid.
Who?
Will Smith.
Yeah, I mean, okay, sure. Yeah, we definitely forgot about him.
Yeah.
But can he even really be counted anymore?
No. I don't think anymore, but I mean, early on in his career for sure.
Because here's the thing. I mean, it's fun to joke about like his mid-career Big Willie style stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest. I mean, he was a rapper when he was the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
That was a rapper.
Yeah.
When he was Will Smith, he was an actor who went back to rapping.
To rapping, yeah. Yep.
So
to sell his movies.
Yeah. So, I mean, miss me with the, like, yeah, but I mean, Big Willie style and Millennium. And it's like, dude, it's... At that point, anybody could have done that.
Yeah.
You know who was writing for him at that point? Nas. He had Nas writing on those records.
Ugh.
Anybody who has even a modicum of mic presence could have sold
tempo.
that. Yeah, just be able to stay on beat. Let Nas write the album. You deliver it.
Yeah.
Just be good looking. And that's pretty much, that's all you got to do.
And keep acting.
And the studio wizardry, even at that point, would have been enough. And keep acting. Yeah.
Let's see. I pulled up a list.
Okay.
LL Cool J.
Okay.
Speaking of.
Yeah. LL Cool J.
Common.
Common sucks.
He
sucks.
Awful.
Yeah.
He's awful because he always sounds like himself.
Always.
Even in like the commercials he's done, he sounds like him just doing the commercial.
He's never gone outside of his comfort zone.
Terrible.
He's just always been the same dude. Whether he's playing a fucking assassin or a basketball player, he's the same fucking guy.
Funny that we have this conversation about Will Smith, bringing it back to him and acting versus rapping. Do you think his career would have gone a similar path then as if Tupac would have survived? And it just be like he transitions fully into acting and never goes back to rap?
I think Pac surviving changes the career trajectory of a lot of people. If you think about it. Think about if he does Baby Boy, we don't get Tyrese as an actor. We don't get Too Fast, Too Furious in the same way.
Yeah.
Because he might not ever get that role because he's looked at for that role because of John Singleton and because of Baby Boy.
Right.
So we probably don't get that. We get a completely different movie. We get a completely different series. We get a different dynamic between him and all of those characters. So
yeah.
Just that alone, he changes that by surviving. Bringing up Will Smith, does he ever come back? Does he just continue to make movies, right?
Yeah.
Does that time away from movies give him time to decide on better movies? Does the success of his rap career, Big Willie getting jiggy with it, and does he do Wild Wild West? Does he need to do Wild Wild West at that point?
Right.
Does he do The Matrix because he has more room to experiment with these roles? I think it is kind of like a butterfly effect.
Yeah. I didn't think of the ripples that would cause.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Wow.
So it's a big deal because I think his last role was Gridlocked with Tim Roth, I think, is his last movie. And you know, you have a guy like that, his presence in Hollywood, a black actor, mid to late 90s. There wasn't a lot of them. I mean, at that point, all you had was fucking Will Smith, Denzel, Don Cheadle, black actors mid 90s. Bokeem Woodbine, Ed Harris, Wood Harris, not Ed Harris, Wood Harris. Yeah, it changes a lot of careers.
That's pretty crazy.
So I think, if you're not gonna give the title to Mos or Pac,
I have a ringer for you.
Oh, okay.
Donald Glover.
Oh,
shut up. Game over. Didn't think about him.
He has to be. Is he the most talented? He has to be the best, right?
I mean, just
acting wise.
Yeah.
I hate his music. I'm sorry, all of the indie girls and all of the people who his rapping sucks. It's not good.
It's not very good.
He's not a good rapper.
Not very good. Not very good.
I can't believe he isn't crucified daily for his rap name. I can't believe people just let that shit slide. Yeah. Every time I think about it, I'm like, fuck this guy.
Agree.
Fuck this guy.
Well, he's retiring it, so you should Feel happy about that.
Good.
Childish Gambino.
But as an actor, as a rapper actor, as a multi-hyphenate, stand-up comedian, rapper, actor, singer, writer. Yeah, I mean, he's got to definitely be the most talented. Right? He has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yep.
What's his strongest suit?
I mean, I think ATL is one of my favorite TV shows of the last 10 years. So
it's got to be his writing, right?
I would think, yeah. I mean, he's good in it too, but I think it's just the entire concept and production of that show that he put together that is super, super strong.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that'd probably be it for me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's got to be his writing. I just think about whenever people talk about his music and they bring up like camp, and I just it turns me into an elitist. I don't want to be the guy who's like, that album sucks.
Actually,
but I have to be, because they're always like, have you ever listened to Donald Glover's music? And they're like, no.
Do you know he raps?
Please don't make me do this.
I will say, I mean, Redbone.
Dude, no, Awaken My Love is a great album. His singing is 1,000 times better than his rapping.
Yeah, and I agree. I love that album, but that song alone, I don't know if you've gone back to it, like, recently.
I go back to it probably every, 2 months. I'll listen to that album.
It doesn't get old. Nope. I think it is going to be a timeless classic.
Yep.
Dare I say it.
Oh, he created a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's great.
It's an incredible song.
Yeah.
Can't believe he comes out of fucking nowhere, and you're like,
what is this?
It just gives you the, huh? Where was this hiding?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, maybe it's Donald Glover. I mean, we'll know in a couple years.
Sure.
We'll find out really who it was. Because, I mean, at this point, you've got LL doing a cop show.
They're all doing cop shows.
I was just about to say, Ice-T's doing a cop show. Queen Latifah's doing a cop show.
No, she's the equalizer.
Yeah. Dude. Bro, listen. I'm all for Queen Latifah getting a role like that. Okay? I'm all for women in roles like that.
Sure.
But, come on. Come on.
You can't do that. You can't. Come
on. The originator is Denzel fucking Washington.
Yeah.
You bring it to the small screen and you go, let's have middle-aged Queen Latifah be the person who's, I mean, just.
I will say, it was smart of them not to pick a guy, because then it would be way too easy to go, this is Mr. Washington Jr.
Yeah.
Or Diet. So, I think it was a good move for them to have a female at least in the role.
And I think if you're going for, let's have a black female lead in this show, that's, I mean, and it has to be.
Oh, I said a female in the show. A woman in the show. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, woman. I mean, that's how they always structure it. Black female lead.
Yes.
I don't mean anything by that. That's just how they. I would say black male lead.
Right.
Yeah.
Just trying to cover my ass.
I feel you.
That's all I'm saying.
No, and yeah,
internet.
Yeah. We didn't mean anything by it. That's just how it would be structured.
Yes.
There's
everyone has an issue with female.
Yeah.
So, in case you didn't know, don't say female.
Don't say female.
No.
Well, don't say female when you're talking about a group of young women. Them females over there. Like, don't say that.
Don't say that.
But if you're talking about, like, best male actor and best female actor in a comedic role, and you're
best lady actor.
Best lady actor. Best pretty young thing in a movie.
I don't think that's better.
No,
probably not.
It's complimentary.
PYT. Best PYT.
Best PYT. Oh man, we need a woman's presence.
And this is where the show implodes.
Sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. We're trying.
It's a hard word to get out of your lexicon.
We're trying.
I wonder how hard it was for. That's a harsh segue. We're not done with this.
No.
Where are you going? Let's be done with this so I can go even harsher.
Okay.
You want to talk about topics?
Let's talk about some topics.
Let me pull this up because I'm not good. So yeah,
That's the Chihuahua barking.
You want to talk about words you probably shouldn't be saying anymore or ever. Did you hear about Meyers Leonard, center for the Miami Heat?
Yes, very, very, very high distance from this. I'm trying to think of the right phraseology.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm just afraid of talking now because I don't want to get in trouble, okay?
Speak your mind, sir. Just be careful with your words.
I know about it very distantly, is what I'm trying to say.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Well,
I saw a few headlines.
let me explain. So Meyers Leonard is an NBA player. He plays for the Miami Heat. And he's also pretty popular on Twitch. As a lot of them are. A lot of the NBA guys, a lot of athletes are taking to Twitch in their spare time in the off season or even between games and streaming for a couple of hours. And it's gaining a lot of traction. And I credit I forgot his name. Shit. Nick Merckx.
Okay.
I credit Nick Merckx for this because he's one of the most popular Twitch streamers right now, and I wouldn't say he ushered in, but I would say that he popularized being just kind of like he's kind of, have you ever watched Nick Merckx?
No, I've heard of him though.
He's really, really funny, and he's really entertaining, and he's also your stereotypical guy's guy. Goes to the gym, watches sports, pretty much exclusively plays Warzone, although I know that he played Fortnite and he played Apex for a little while, but he pretty much exclusively plays Warzone because that's the most popular battle royale to play right now. And he's just like the guy that you would like, the fucking captain of the football team who also sits around and plays video games.
I like Madden and Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. But he's really fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's collabed with a lot of these athletes over the years and kind of, like I said, kind of popularized the idea of Twitch streaming isn't just for, introverted nerds,
right?
Who are just like, you've got one angle on their hand so you can watch how quickly their fucking fingers are moving.
Right.
And there's no personality and you're just like, this guy's really good at this game. So let's just watch him even though he's fucking, it's like watching paint dry. So you got a lot of these athletes who have come into the Twitch realm, streaming and whatnot. And, I mean, when you stream for that long, it's only a matter of time before you slip up. And I know that that's fucked up to say because you should just be able to not do that, right?
When the cameras are off, you should also continue to not say terrible things.
Correct. But he couldn't help himself. So he's one of many guys who have been caught saying some, and this isn't just exclusive to guys like him. I mean, how many times have we talked about this? The PewDiePies of the world and the fucking, I mean, they do it all the time. It's somebody tweeted something. They were like, it's laughable that somebody would be lucky enough to be able to make a living playing video games, and the only conceit is that you just don't be shitty for a couple of hours, and they can't even do that.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so true. It's like all you have to do is not be a piece of shit for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like the clock is ticking on when you're going to be a piece of shit.
It's shaking by the end of it.
So, yeah, right. It gets
racial
like,
epithet.
One of these days, man. One of these days.
To the moon, N-word.
So, He's playing Meyers Leonard, center for the Miami Heat. He's playing Warzone, and he's I don't even know if I should even say it.
Probably not.
I probably won't. I won't say it.
You
but
can allude to it.
It's an anti-Semitic slur.
Okay.
Fucking K-word bitch. This is interesting for a couple of reasons. Number one.
Why'd he go that route?
Exactly. It's such a strange, and I said this before this idea went viral of him using that racial epithet. I said this to my friends who we were talking about it. We were all in a group chat talking about it, and the first thing I said was, "Who says that? Like, that's such a weird place for his mind to go.
To go first."
And if you watch the clip, a lot of people have said this, but if you watch the clip, he says it in a way that's like, it's almost as if his mind searched for the worst thing he could think of. In the moment, he takes like a 2-second pause and then just lets it rip. So he says this. He doesn't really think anything of it. The guy that he's streaming with, you can hear him in the background laughing. It's kind of business as usual. Then the stream gets cut off early, I think by his wife or girlfriend, kind of comes in and is like, hey, we got to go. And I'm pretty certain it's because his chat went nuts and it went viral almost immediately.
Yikes.
And they probably were like, get him off that game right now.
Right.
So it takes a little bit for the fallout to kind of reach him. By the time that he responds, there's already been 1,000 think pieces about it. This is his statement. I'm deeply sorry for using an anti-Semitic slur during a live stream yesterday. While I didn't know what the word meant at the time, my ignorance about its history and how offensive it is to the Jewish community is absolutely not an excuse, and I was just wrong. I'm now more aware of its meaning, and I'm committed to properly seeking out people who can help educate me about the type of hate and how we can fight it. I acknowledge and own my mistake, and there's no running from something like this that is so hurtful to someone else. This is not a proper representation of who I am, and I want to apologize to the Arisons. I don't know who those are. Probably the owners of the team. My teammates, coaches, front office, and everyone associated with the Miami Heat organization, to my family, to our loyal fans, and to others in the Jewish community who I have hurt. I promise to do better and know that my future actions will be more powerful than my use of this word.
He meant, I'm sorry to the Aryans. That's what he meant.
Sorry, guys, I fucked up. Hold on. Let me tell you this before you.
Okay.
Let me just show you this for a second.
Okay.
Pull up my my group chat. This is what I predicted he would say before the statement came out. I wrote this in 2 seconds. Yesterday on a live stream, in the heat of the moment, I said a word that I have no business saying. There's no excuse for this. I have nothing but love and respect for the Jewish community. I apologize to the people that I hurt and to my fans. And to my fans that I know I have disappointed. I am better and I will be better. And then Eddie put in, that wasn't a true representation of who I am and what my core values are. This was like 8 hours before he released his statement. And it was almost fucking on the nose, dude.
Yeah.
So that's just a statement about how fucking
predictable this all is.
And how fucking fake and just like, yeah, all right, here it comes. Here's the notes apology coming in.
Yeah. Meyers Leonard, you're 29 years old, and you don't know what the Jewish slur that starts with a K means.
Hey, bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Remember when we were talking about why, like, white people tend to freak out and just blurt out the N-word?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because
Why was it?
Well,
it's because
it's the most hateful thing that they can think of.
Right. So his Google search fried for a second, and he went into Nazi for a minute in that diversion, and went, "Oh, we'll land here. It's fine."
Well, it hit nigger, and he said,
"No,
let me."
I play basketball. I can't do that.
29.
Do I know any Jewish people on my team? Let me see.
As long as there's no Bloombergs, right?
Okay, I'm good on this one then. That's even worse. That shows how calculated it was. It wasn't even this like blurt of like rage that he just blacked out and said the worst thing he could possibly think of. He blacked out, did a quick search in his brain, went, "Oh, I can't go that far.
Yeah, not
this
that
would hurt. Let me go to this one instead."
I want to kind of explore the I didn't know the meaning of the word, the ignorance part for a second.
Yeah.
Before I knew how old he was, I thought he was like 21 or 22.
Sure.
Being that, most of the guys in the league are like way younger than me at this point, if they're not like the guys I already know or grew up with.
Yeah.
Most of these guys are under 25. And that's what I thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first read that, I thought, that's plausible.
Sure.
You could hear that word and know that it's bad.
Yeah.
But not know the extent.
Especially if he's like an internet kid who's just
Yeah.
played video games online all the time.
Hears it on Reddit.
Hears it all the time. Yeah. Sees it online, whatever. Doesn't do any research about it. Doesn't care to, and just knows, oh, this is a hurtful word.
Yeah.
And says it. Sure. But
It's
you're 29.
plausible. You're 29.
You're 29.
Don't tell me that you don't know the meaning of that word and how
No.
powerful it is. Don't tell me that. And this is a larger issue with the fact that like anti-Semitism is something that kind of has been, creeping beneath the surface for years. And there's all of this. There's a lot of anti-black sentiment. There's anti-Asian very recently, and those things get focused on a lot, and for good reason. They should be. But there's a lot of anti-Semitism that just kind of gets, I wouldn't say swept under the rug, but not treated with the same seriousness, I would say, as some of these other issues.
Yeah.
And this was just fucking wild.
Yeah. Yep.
And here's the thing. People say a bunch of crazy shit in video games when they're in the privacy of their own homes. So it's just, number one, you gotta be better than that. You just have to.
As a professional and an adult.
As an adult, as a guy, I mean, he's a professional athlete, so he's on TV at least 3 times a week. Also, he just signed with FaZe Clan, so he was like a legit Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
He wasn't just a guy who played in his free time. This was gonna be the thing that he did. And it's like, dude, you just have to be better than that. You gotta use your fucking brain. I am so sick of seeing these apologies after the fact. I'm just so sick of these guys not thinking before they do shit like this. It's just so goddamn easy to not do this. It's so easy to not do this.
Yeah.
And they just can't help themselves.
Seems that way.
Here's the statement from the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat vehemently condemns the use of any form of hate speech. The words used by Meyers Leonard were wrong, and we will not tolerate hateful language from anyone associated with our franchise. To hear it from a Miami Heat player is especially disappointing and hurtful to all those who work here, as well as the larger South Florida Miami Heat and NBA communities. Meyers Leonard will be away from the team indefinitely. The Miami Heat will cooperate with the NBA while it conducts an investigation. Number one, what investigation?
What's
do you
there to
need
investigate?
conduct?
Yeah.
He said a bad word on a live stream.
Yeah.
Case closed.
We see it.
You want it? I mean, you could pay me a retainer for that.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah. Number two, being suspended from the team for saying a racial slur. Kind of wild when you think about the fact that, like, they really don't care. And they're only concerned with winning basketball games.
Sure.
But right now, in this culture, they have to pretend like they care. And so they have to suspend him indefinitely. So he got dropped from Twitch. He got dropped from FaZe. He got not dropped from the team. He's suspended indefinitely.
Right.
So now he's just sitting at home going, Jews!
They do control everything. Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
I don't know what lesson we learned from this other than, just don't
say dumb shit.
Yeah.
Don't be a hateful asshole.
But I mean, here's the thing. I truly don't think that he is a hateful person. I truly think that he just said, like we discussed, like the craziest thing that he could think of. It definitely was a calculated word.
Yeah.
His word choices will always baffle my mind. But I don't think that he's a bad person. I think he was just saying a really shitty thing because he, that's what a lot of people do on these video games. I don't hold it against him I don't think that he's a bad person. I think that he's a dumb person. I think decision making is poor.
I guess, okay, so obviously we don't know him personally, so we can't really pass that level of judgment on him, right?
That's true. He could be a fucking animal.
Yeah, he could be terrible.
A piece of shit.
Or he could be a complete angel sweetheart, for all we know, and he just had a lapse moment where he said something terrible.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, I feel like it's almost a passive level of hate that gets you to that place of where you're willing to say that in that knee-jerk moment, knowing you're on camera, mind you. Not only like just playing online with complete strangers, but knowing you're being filmed to thousands of people.
Yeah.
And saying it and not batting an eye.
Yeah.
That, in a way, in itself, even if you don't hold hate in your heart for Jewish people, is an act of hate.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's saying you don't matter. That no one will care if I say that. Yeah. Whatever. It's fine.
I agree with that.
And that enables the true hatred.
It is a very callous way of it's passive hatred. That it's like you didn't think twice about this. And another football player, his name's Julian Edelman, Super Bowl winning Patriots receiver Julian Edelman, who is of Jewish descent. Anytime something anti-Semitic happens with an athlete, he swoops in and he's like, "Hey, Shabbat Shalom," you know what I'm saying? So he sent an open letter to this guy saying, like, basically saying what you said. It's like, I don't believe that you're a truly hateful person, but your ignorance spawns hatred in other people.
Sure.
When they see that you drop something like that so carelessly. And he's like, I'm in Miami all the time, so if you want to get dinner and we can talk about this. He extends his hand, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Not his responsibility to educate a grown-ass man about anti-Semitism, but very cool that he would do that anyway. That's like, come on, guys. Come on. So
what are we doing here?
Dude, I'm getting so frustrated with these people making these kinds of mistakes. When blurting out slurs on live streams, all gas, no brakes. This is another good example of just like a stupid mistake where it's like, how many times do you need to see a cautionary tale? How many times do you need to see somebody get robbed in this industry?
Yeah. I was going to say, not that anyone involved in all gas, no brakes said anything racist.
Right. No. Completely different thing, but kind of the same.
Yeah.
It's just watching young men make mistakes that are just so easy to not make. It's like these industries are minefields. Minefields. I put the D in the wrong place. They're not minefields.
Minefields.
They're minefields.
And
it's like these industries that they're in are minefields. Oh. That's not okay. Hey.
Cut it out. It's a live set. All right, she's going away.
Boom. Yeah, these industries that these guys are in are minefields, and they're it's like they have a little radar at the top of the screen, and you can see where the mines are.
Yeah,
and they're going, I'm gonna keep walking this way.
I'll worry about that later.
And it's like when it blows up in your face, you have no one else to blame.
Yeah,
this all gas no brakes thing. If you don't know, All Gas No Brakes is a YouTube channel where this guy goes around, he drives around in an RV, and he goes to these conventions and he goes to these festivals and stuff, and he He tries to find the underbelly of America, and then puts a microphone in front of the people who are there and just lets them
rip.
Yeah. And it's compelling, amazing content. It's stuff that you're like, oh man, I knew that there were people like that, but watching them
it's the strangest thing that they do too, which is they will just keep going.
Yeah.
They'll keep going on their crazy. It's the best kind of interview where he just simply asks a question and puts a microphone in front of their face.
And then he lets them go, and it's like he's encountered people who have never had anyone care about their opinion before. And the fact that there's a camera in front of them and a mic in their face, and they go, my time to shine.
Yep. I've been waiting for this.
Spilling everything.
Yep.
So he's gone to Donald Trump Jr.'s book signing, Flat Earth Festival, porn festival. What else did he do? The last one, I think he went to some place where they're famous for Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah.
So he went on a Bigfoot trip.
He went to Burning Man. I think it was one of the first ones.
I mean, he went to what's the biker thing? The big COVID super spreader event.
Oh yeah.
He was out there for that.
Yep.
So he's and it was his idea.
Yeah.
The whole concept was his idea. He wrote a book when he was in college about hitchhiking across America, and the book was called All Gas, No Brakes. He comes up with this idea, and then he sells it to this production company, and in turn, the production company buys the RV for him and kind of helps him financially with all of this stuff. What he, I guess, didn't realize until now was that he signed the rights to the show over.
Yeah.
Everything, apparently.
The name of it.
The name, the YouTube channel, the RV, apparently.
Yeah.
The whole thing, the entire concept. And so now he doesn't own anything. And he posted something saying, like, I'm not affiliated with All Gas, No Brakes anymore. We're going to do something different. Thank you for your support, blah, 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 blah. And I was still following All Gas, No Brakes. I was still following their Instagram.
Yeah.
And they posted something where we're like, we're going international and we're looking for correspondence. And it's like, oh, are you going to turn this into like a Vice Daily Show kind of thing?
Yep.
Oh, it's going to get ruined. If you are a fan of All Gas, No Brakes, please unfollow that page and just move over to Andrew's Instagram.
Andrew Callahan.
I'm much more interested to see what he can come up with next than to watch them bastardize his show.
Yep.
The biggest takeaway from this for me is I know that he signed he says he signed the contract when he was 21. And I understand that when you're that young and you've got no prospects and you're just out of school and you don't want a day job and you're just like, fuck it, man, let's do this, then you'd probably put your signature on anything. But I just feel like we're at a point, and I think the kid, I think Andrew's only like 24, 25.
It's like 23.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't a long time ago when he signed that contract. So we're not talking about ancient fucking history.
Yep.
I just feel like I don't know how many times we're going to have this conversation about people getting dicked around by production companies, producers, label heads, A&Rs, directors.
The people willing to give you the money.
Yeah. How many times are you going to get bent over by these companies before you just start going, no.
Yeah.
There's too many resources right now for me to have to work with you. Yeah, maybe I won't reach the heights that I want to reach right now. Think about All Gas, No Brakes for a minute. What they were truly doing. What, other than the money for the RV, what did they need a production company for?
Not much. I mean, unless they were funding their cameras and mics.
But even their equipment, they did something with Vice where Vice kind of showed you the inside baseball of it. Shitty cameras that they've had for like 10 years. Lav mics, and then, you know, open air wireless mics. It's a couple $100. All of that. A couple $100.
Yeah.
And All Gas, No Brakes, the YouTube channel blew up almost immediately.
Yep.
I think the revenue from even just the first couple of videos would have been enough to get everything you needed other than the RV.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need money to get into a Donald Trump Jr. book signing. You just fucking wait in line. I just don't. Some of this stuff, it's just like what.
That in particular doesn't make much sense. I get if they were upgrading all their equipment and, going to places that they couldn't access before.
Or if it even looked like a high production show.
Yeah. And from what they've said, like, he and his two friends are the editors and producers of everything anyway. So it's not like... That's the other thing, like, with All Gas No Breaks, that is continuing on without them. What are they going to do? Like, are they going to just try to ape their style and, like, imitate it with brand new people that kind of have the same shtick? Like, what's that going to even look like? It's going to be terrible.
No, it's going to look terrible.
Ugh.
Yeah, they posted on Instagram that they're going worldwide, or international rather. And so, excuse me, yeah. You're going to get an episode from, like, some place where something crazy is happening in, like, Brazil, and then you get another thing where something's happening in, like, China or whatever. And which would be cool to see it from an international standpoint, but to have seen what it was and then watch them bring in a team to replicate the feel of it is, it just makes me feel gross.
And imagine taking that job. Like,
oh, they don't give a fuck.
What do you do? What do you do?
I mean, if you're a person who's going to take that job, you're past the point of, artistic integrity.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is a paycheck, and I'm going to earn this paycheck.
Yeah.
So, it's just getting so frustrating watching these young guys and girls make these kinds of mistakes, that mostly guys, that they make these kinds of mistakes that are just so easy to avoid, dude. You don't, just be smarter. Be smarter, be better, be harder, better, faster, stronger.
Read the fine print.
Read the fine print. Don't say, anti-Semitic statements.
Slurs.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to be that guy. You don't have to be that guy.
In fact, please don't.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
You can be better than that.
Be better.
Be better. Be best.
Be.
Some would say.
Don't even be better. Be best.
Do we have anything else?
That's my signal for no.
I feel like we could have thrown the credits with the be best bit. That was good. That was a good ending. And now we ruined it.
That's okay. That's what they stick around for.
Yeah. There has to be... I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I feel like I spend a lot of time talking about New Girl.
You did spend a lot of time on New Girl.
Listen, I've been watching it for all week.
Okay.
And
we're not going to keep talking about it.
It's kind of the only thing that's been on my mind.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
That's fine.
I've been trying to push out all the knowledge from my previous job. Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess I could. I won't talk about that.
Okay.
Talk about it later.
Okay.
I know some people want the full story.
Yeah.
And we teased it last week.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a new job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about it.
Yep.
But I want to, I guess, feel more solidified in it.
Get the full experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't want to talk too much about it until there's a little bit more to talk about, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So
it's a suitable tease.
Yeah.
A tease for a tease.
I think either next week or the week after, look out for that. I'll go into the full details of, because then I'll feel more comfortable talking about my previous job too.
Right.
And I have a lot to talk about.
Yes. Okay,
So-
that's a good idea. We'll pick that up next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But this week, we have to talk about these brewskis before we go anywhere. So, Obi, tell me, what did you think of Walking on Air from the Civil Society Brewing Company?
Civil Society out of Jupiter, Florida. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I will say the only downsides I have of this beer is that it's almost too smooth. And strangely enough, also has a bit of a kick in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Like it's smooth on the front and then kind of gives you a little bit of a geek, which isn't bad, but I think that could be improved in my opinion. It's not my favorite. But the flavors are all there. It's very good. It's if you're a fan of hoppiness, you'll find it here. But it's just a bit soft for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me give it a very solid 4. Very solid 4.
Very solid 4. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. It's good. It's good. It's good. New England IPA. I mean, we're getting there. The industry is just kind of getting saturated with these fucking hazy IPAs, West Coast IPAs, New England IPAs,
Sure.
regular IPAs. So you're just kind of getting to a point where it's like, what are you doing differently?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you drink this and you're like, it's good, but it's like 1,000 other New England IPAs that I've had. I'm like, what? I guess if you're a brewing company, you need your bell cow type beer.
Yeah.
But just
yours, your own stamp on it. Yeah.
So I guess that's why, and no accounting for the process of making said beer.
Sure.
So you get to the point where you're good enough to make a beer like this. You should be proud of that. But at the same time, it's like, all right, I guess you got your version of Hershey's chocolate.
Right.
But there's nothing extraordinary about it.
Agreed.
So 4 is the only score that you can give.
4 is the only score.
4 is the only score.
4 score, some would say.
7 years ago.
And 6 ball caps ago.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're definitely done. We're definitely done with this one.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. This has been the One Baron Podcast for myself, Marco Dupa, for Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
Baby.
Thank you guys for listening. Drink delicious beer. Like, share, and subscribe everywhere podcasts are sold. Listen to, watch, devoured, drank,
Snorted.
Have a beautiful evening.
We love you.